Good morning, students. So, how are you all? Okay. So, as we know that chapter 4 human settlements is going on, and in this chapter we already discussed about the rural settlements. And today we are going to learn about the urban settlements. Okay? So, let's start with the urban settlements. So, unlike rural settlements, urban settlements are generally compact and larger in size. And the people are engaged in a variety of non-agricultural, economic and administrative functions, and which is a part of secondary activities or the tertiary activities. Clear? Very good. And cities and towns both are connected directly or indirectly with villages and also with each other and exchange goods, services and also commute. Okay. Now come to the next topic, evolution of towns in India. इंडिया में टाउन्स का evolution कब हुआ? Okay. So towns flourished since prehistoric times in India. Even at the time of Indus Valley civilization, towns like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were in existence. Okay, so following period has witnessed evolution of towns and it continued with periodic ups and downs until the arrival of Europeans in India in the 18th century. Okay, so on the basis of their evolution in different periods, Indian towns may be classified as ancient towns, medieval towns and modern towns. Clear? So let's start with ancient towns. So there are number of towns in India having historical background spanning over 2000 years, and most of them developed as religious and cultural centers. Varanasi is the one of the most important town among these. Prayag, Patliputra, Madurai are some examples of ancient towns in the country. Okay, so come to the next, medieval towns. So about 100 of the existing towns have their roots in the medieval period, and most of them developed as headquarters or principalities and kingdoms. And these are four towns which came upon the ruins of ancient towns. And important among them are Delhi, Hyderabad, Jaipur, Lucknow, Agra, and Nagpur also. Okay. Now come to the next, which is modern towns. So the British and other Europeans have developed a number of towns in India. Starting their foothold on coastal locations, they first developed some trading ports such as Surat, Daman, Goa, Pondicherry, etc. The British later consolidated their hold around three principal nodes like Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata and built them in the British style. And rapidly extending their domination either directly or through control over the princely states, they established their administrative centers, hill towns as summer resorts, and added new civil, administrative, and military areas to them. So, towns based on modern industries also evolved after 1850. Jamshedpur can be cited as an example. So these are we can divide into three four parts like port towns, administrative towns, industrial towns, and some other towns of European styles. Okay, so these are the following groups of modern towns. नाउ टाउन्स आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद जो टाउन्स थे वो कैसे थे? सो आफ्टर द इंडिपेंडेंस सम टाउन्स वर ऑल्सो डेवलप्ड लाइक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव हेडक्वार्टर्स और कैपिटल ऑफ स्टेट्स लाइक चंडीगढ़, भुवनेश्वर, गांधीनगर एंड दिसपुर. Some are like industrial towns or centers like Durgapur, Bhilai, Sindri, Barani, and some are satellite towns like Ghaziabad, Rohtak, Gurgaon, and they are the metropolitan cities also. And some are medium and small towns, and these are developed due to increasing investment in rural areas. Okay. नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, अर्बनाइजेशन इन इंडिया. इंडिया में जो अर्बनाइजेशन हुआ क्यों और कब से ज़्यादा हुआ उस चीज़ को हम डिस्कस करेंगे. ठीक है. सो द लेवल ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन is measured in terms of percentage of urban population to total population. ये हमने पहले भी पढ़ा है. Okay, so the level of urbanization in India in 2011 was 31.16%, which is quite low in comparison to developed countries. Clear? If we go with these points, so in 2001 it is 28%, just 28% of total population. So developed countries have a higher level of urbanization than India. Although urbanization in India is increasing with high rate as it increased 11 times during 20th century, but this process is comparatively slow during recent 2 decades. Okay, clear. Now come to the next, which is classification of towns on basis of population size. क्लियर. पहले हमने जो क्लासिफिकेशन पढ़ा था वो हमने जो इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद जो था वो किस तरह से था, या इवोल्यूशन जो पहले हुआ था एंशियंट और मॉडर्न टाइम पे वो कैसे था. बट नाउ वी विल लर्न अबाउट द बेसिस ऑफ पॉपुलेशन साइज. क्लियर. सो सेंसस ऑफ इंडिया क्लासिफाइज अर्बन सेंटर्स इनटू 6 classes. 6 classes which you can see in the table also. Okay, so urban areas use their population size as base. An urban area that have population of more than 1 lakh is considered as city or class 1 town. And cities that have population more than 1 million but less than 5 million are considered as metropolitan or metro cities. So ये metropolitan और million cities जो हैं हम ये भी already discuss कर चुके हैं. So I think this is very easy to understand. So, cities that have population more than 5 million are considered as megacities or megalopolis. So this is the 6 classes of towns. Class 1, it is 1 lakh and more is 423 है यहाँ पे. And class 2 में आते हैं 50,000 से लेकर 5 times 9. इसमें जो cities हैं वो हैं 498. Class 3, Class 4, Class 5, Class 6 and less than 5,000 Class 6 में. ठीक है. तो apart from these cities, there is also concept of urban agglomeration in India. So according to Census of India, an urban agglomeration may have to fulfill any one of the following conditions. अब क्या conditions हैं? Let's see. A town and its adjoining urban outgrowth. पहली बात, जो भी टाउन है और उसके आसपास के जो भी अर्बन एरियाज हैं उनकी ग्रोथ. एंड 2 or more contiguous towns with or without their outgrowth. And third one is a city and 1 or more adjoining towns with their outgrowths together forming a contiguous spread. Okay, now example of these outgrowth may be in the form of railway colonies, university campus, part area, military cantonment, etc. So according to the given table, class 4th cities are highest in number but large proportion of urban population lives in class 1 cities. कितना था? 61.48%. So besides these towns, India has 423 cities. Among them, 35 cities or urban agglomeration are metropolitan cities. 6 of them are mega cities with population over 5 million each. We can take an example of Greater Mumbai. So Greater Mumbai being the largest urban agglomeration with 16.4 million population, followed by Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore and Hyderabad. ये क्वेश्चन आता है, पूछा जाता है, तो प्लीज़ याद रखिए ग्रेटर मुंबई वाला जो पार्ट है. नाउ फंक्शनल क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ टाउन्स. अब टाउन्स का फंक्शनल क्लासिफिकेशन हम देखेंगे. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम देयर रोल एज सेंट्रल और नोडल प्लेसेस, मैनी टाउन्स एंड सिटीज़ परफॉर्म स्पेशलाइज्ड सर्विसेज. Some towns and cities specialize in certain function and they are known for some specific activities, products or services. So however, each town performs a number of functions and on the basis of dominant or specialized functions, Indian cities and towns can be broadly classified as follows. First is administrative towns and cities. So towns supporting administrative headquarters of higher order or are administrative towns such as Chandigarh, New Delhi, Bhopal, Shillong, Guwahati, Imphal, Srinagar, Gandhinagar, Jaipur, Chennai, etc. Okay, so these are included in the administrative towns and cities. Next is industrial towns. So industries constitute prime motive force of these cities, such as Mumbai, Salem, Coimbatore, Modinagar, Jamshedpur, Hooghly, Bhilai, etc. Clear? Now, next one is transport cities. So they may be ports primarily engaged in export and import activities such as Kandla, Kochi, Kozhikode, Vishakhapatnam, etc. Or hubs of inland transport such as Agra, Dhulia, Mughal Sarai, Itarsi, and Katti. Now, next come to the commercial towns. So, towns and cities specializing in trade and commerce are kept in this class, like Kolkata, Saharanpur, Satna, etc. Next is mining towns. So, these towns have developed in mineral rich areas such as Raniganj, Jharia, Digboy, Ankleshwar, Singrauli, etc. Next is garrison cantonment towns. So these towns emerged as garrison towns such as Ambala, Jalandhar, मऊ, बबीना, उधमपुर, जहाँ पे मिलिट्री का थोड़ा रहता है. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज एजुकेशनल टाउन्स. So, starting as centers of education, some of the towns have grown into major campus towns such as Roorkee, Varanasi, Aligarh, Pilani, Allahabad, etc. Next is religious and cultural towns. So, religious and cultural towns you can include Varanasi, Mathura, Amritsar, Madurai, Puri, Ajmer, Pushkar, Tirupati, and Kurukshetra, Haridwar, Ujjain came to prominence due to their religious cultural significance. Next is tourist towns. So in tourist towns we can include Nainital, Mussoorie, Shimla, Pachmani, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, Ooty, Mount Abu. So these are some examples of tourist destinations. So the cities are not static in their function. The functions change due to their dynamic nature. Even specialized cities, as they grow into metropolis, become multifunctional, wherein industries, business, administration, transport, etc., become important. So the function gets so intertwined that the city cannot be categorized in a particular functional class. Okay, now you can see these in your book in table 4.3 also. Population of million plus cities, urban agglomeration 2001. Okay, so here this topic is completed now, and also the chapter is completed now, and the question answers I will send you on the website, then you can do in your notebook. Okay, so milte hain in my next video with next chapter with next topic. Till then, take care and bye bye.